Hey guys, I'm Dr. Kim Sage, and this video is about what I think are 3 of the greatest, most painful false beliefs we can carry around with regard to our mama trauma, and how they can truly hold us back from accepting and coming to terms with our stories and getting on with our healing, and also working to change or heal the relationship with a kind of parent who has truly created wounds for you in your life. The first one is this idea that if they would only understand how much they hurt you, then they would change and they could then be nicer to you. And you just spend most of your life believing that at any moment I'm going to explain it the right way, the light bulb's going to go off, and they're going to change the way they treat me. And the problem with that is that if you've been thinking that for most of your life, it's not going to change. And it holds you back from accepting the truth of whatever it is that they are, whether it's from their disorder, their wound, their trauma, they are still choosing to treat you that way. And you cannot stay in the relationship in that continued format without changing something yourself if you want to work and heal your worthlessness, your self-disgust, your hatred, your wounds, your anxiety, your depression, and things like that. The next one is this idea that I will get better when she gets better, that I can't let my healing begin or my story change until she somehow gets better and feels better. It ties your healing to hers, and you just keep staying stuck in the guilt and I don't want to be without her or it will hurt her, and so therefore you never seem to get better. That is a very hurtful way to approach it, and you often will get stuck in your own pain and trauma doing that. It's like, if she would just change, then I could finally feel better. And you're really banking your whole healing and story on her somehow changing the behavior, and that will finally give you what you needed and wanted and deserved, and then you can change. It doesn't work like that, especially if you are in a repetitive cycle with a parent who has been chronically wounding towards you. And the last one is this idea that, you know what, even though the parent is like hurtful and mean and abusive or unkind, but also loving, you tell yourself that even though these bad things happen, you're just overreacting, or they're just doing it for your best interest, or they just can't help it. And that all may be true. But if you stay in that narrative, you'll never be able to raise your hand and say, you know what, this does hurt. This is bad. This is not okay. Maybe you've just, repressed your anger about it, and you're terrified of what that might look like if you uncork it. But you cannot stay in that generalized justification of the behavior and minimizing of your own pain and ever get to the other side, because you won't develop the tools inside to lovingly have reparenting and compassion and boundaries set to change and heal your life. And so if you have any more ideas to add, please feel free to do it. But I think that these lies we tell ourselves in the service of trying to avoid facing the truth, especially about primary caregivers, it's so hard to do, right? It is the most painful thing to do, to acknowledge that you didn't get what you needed. Oftentimes these are very complicated relationships with very complicated humans who have their own struggles. And it's not about hurting or labeling or stigmatizing them, but until you're able to be honest about what their struggles did to you, you have no real pathway for healing your own life. And so I hope you'll think about those, and like I said, please feel free to share other ideas, but know that until you can really look in the mirror and see yourself and your pain and the wound of that parent, whether they're here or not anymore, obviously it makes a difference in terms of having a relationship with them moving on if you want to do that. But wrestling with that wound, whether they're alive or not, is still a monumental task. And you cannot begin to do it until you start with acknowledging your own pain and validating it, to setting boundaries and standing up to it, and to stop doing things that minimize and tell yourself that you can't heal until they heal. You are not inextricably tied to their pain. You are your own separate person, worthy of healing and health and well-being. So thanks for watching. Please feel free to subscribe and click the bell. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. Bye guys, take care.